One of last year's annual meeting highlights was our gubernatorial forum. Those of you who were here know how enlightening that panel was, as we heard firsthand where the candidates stood on agricultural issues. I don't know of any other organization that hosted such a large panel of candidates, which is a great testament to Farm Bureau. Of course, we now know that Representative Haley, from one of the state's largest ag-producing counties, Lexington, is our governor-elect. We're working with her team to build on South Carolina's strong foundation of agribusiness. Governor-elect Haley was invited to join us tonight, but couldn't make it due to the demanding schedule of her transition.
Hello to all my friends at Farm Bureau. I am sorry I can't be with you today. Just know that the Haley administration is working very hard to make sure that we get the best people in the best spots, and one of our goals is to remember that agriculture is #1 in South Carolina, and we not only want to keep it #1, but we want to make it great. So I've had great conversations with Commissioner Weathers. I'm looking forward to meeting with some friends from the Farm Bureau next week as we continue to go forward and plan our agenda and make sure we're doing everything to make sure that the community is successful, prosperous, and has a plan for the next 5 to 10 years. So thank you for your support. Thank you for your willingness to work with me. I certainly look forward to working with you, and I look forward to seeing you all soon. Thanks so much.
We'll work with elected representatives and allied partners to grow our industry even larger and more meaningful in the future through economic development opportunities, additional exports, niche markets, and job creation. So much of the business we conduct here at our annual meeting drives our lobbying efforts at the State House. I'm proud to report that we had another successful year in the General Assembly. Among our victories was the passage of surface water legislation that treats agricultural users fairly. The legislation continues to recognize agriculture as a priority user of water. We also worked hard to provide a voice for Clemson's public service activities and other natural resources and agribusiness-related agencies, helping lawmakers understand the need to minimize budget cuts for these agencies and programs. Without your help at the local level, few lawmakers truly appreciate South Carolina's vast agriculture and natural resources network and what those services mean to farmers, as well as the entire state's economy. Agribusiness remains the state's largest economic engine, generating $34 billion a year and accounting for nearly 200,000 jobs. South Carolina Agriculture and Farm Bureau were in the national spotlight last summer as the Federation helped sponsor the Southern Legislative Conference held in Charleston. The event is one of the largest gatherings of its type in the country. Organizers allocated an entire day for us to promote South Carolina agriculture and to discuss Southeastern issues like animal rights and the environment. We have a strong government relations team, which includes not only Federation staff, but active members, those who've answered the call to speak up and speak out for agriculture. Let me say thank you to each and every person who took the time to write a letter to a lawmaker this year, or who took the time to come to Columbia to testify on one of our key issues. Your presence and your voice helped advance our cause this year as you put a face on South Carolina agriculture. Farm Bureau continues to take a strong stand against tax increases, but when it became evident this year that the cigarette tax was going up, we worked hard to see that $1 million of the new funds collected went toward South Carolina Agriculture's marketing and branding campaign. Led by Commissioner Weathers, the Department of Agriculture's South Carolina Certified campaign put locally grown products on the map. Farm Bureau is proud to support that program throughout the year at the State House and in the field. That was the case last April when I participated with several of our Midlands area farmers to help announce a new, exclusive South Carolina onion brand, Carolina Sweets. If you want to get involved in our government relations activities on the state or national level, contact your county Farm Bureau leaders and plan to attend one of our district legislative kickoff meetings this winter. That's where we'll discuss our priority policies for the coming year and plan strategies to address those policies. At the very least, you can strengthen the voice of Farm Bureau by participating in our Political Action Committee through direct contributions and by joining us each summer for the PAC's annual fundraiser, the Palmetto Palette. That event has grown in recent years and is now known as one of the summer's premier agricultural events that pairs local farmers with local chefs for one of the best tasting outcomes you'll find. Increased donations to our PAC make it more robust, allowing us to use our scientific method of scoring candidates to determine who deserves possible financial support from Farm Bureau. From time to time, there are also opportunities to get involved on the local level. The Federation has increased its role to help county farm bureaus monitor local issues that affect farmers. In the past 12 months, we've worked to defeat ordinances that were detrimental to agriculture, and we continue to build relationships with county officials across the state. We also work hard to train leaders, beginning with young people through our Summer Youth Leadership Conference and Ambassador Program, and through our Young Farmer and Rancher and Women's Leadership programs. Our Young Farmer and Ranchers have done an excellent job in recent years promoting Farm Bureau's mission and growing the intensity and size of the program. Speaking of young farmers, Farm Bureau is involved in a brand new federal grant program for new and beginning farmers. We collaborated with a number of other ag and natural resource entities in the state to help new and beginning farmers be successful, productive, and innovative members of their local ag communities. Our Women's Committee also works hard to tell the farm story through events like Food Checkout Week and by raising money for other agricultural promotion activities. State Women's Chair Frances Price does a great job leading the committee and represents us well as a member of the American Farm Bureau Women's Leadership Committee. Several of our county chapters recently received special recognition for the work they do through purpose activities associated with Farm City Week. Lexington and Saluda County Farm City Committees each received national recognition for their outstanding work. Beaufort, Cherokee, Hampton, Lee, and Richland County Farm City Committees received state awards from the National Farm City Council. Congratulations. I was also proud to see members of the Greenville County Farm Bureau exhibit at the American Farm Bureau annual meeting in Seattle last January. They were recognized as having one of the best member involvement activities in the whole country. Speaking of the American Farm Bureau annual meeting, South Carolina Farm Bureau enjoyed the spotlight as Casey Nance of York County made it to the Sweet 16 in the national discussion meet. Casey was also one of a few women selected nationally to participate in the AFBF Women's Communications Boot Camp training. Bo and Patty Norris of Chesterfield County also advanced to the top 10 contestants in the National Achievement Award contest. Thad and Jennifer Wimberly of Orangeburg County served you well last year as members of the American Farm Bureau YF&R Committee. They retired from that role last February during their national conference. Farm Bureau enjoys partnerships with a number of allied organizations. One such venture is coordinated by the Palmetto Agribusiness Council. We design and mail postcards to the homes of legislators several times a year with an ag promotional message. We sent one just a few weeks ago with a Thanksgiving message and reminded them that farm and forestry combined is the #1 industry in South Carolina. Our Ag in the Classroom program continues to be a huge success across the state, with a waiting list of teachers each year who want to attend our Summer Teacher Institute and a growing number of reservations by county farm bureaus wanting to use the Ag in the Classroom Combine Simulator at schools, festivals, and fairs. We already have dates booked well into 2011. South Carolina continues to make a national impact in the area of ag literacy. The program and its director are so well respected that Farm Bureau's Ag Literacy Director was nominated recently by her consortium peers to be on a national study committee to look into ways the National Ag Literacy Framework can be revised and reinvented. Once again, your Farm Bureau is making a difference here at home and nationally. Of course, our Ag in the Classroom program got a big financial boost last year when the state began selling the Our Farms, Our Future Ag license plate. If you've already purchased one for your vehicle, thank you. Your promotion and education team also does a great job representing our members and telling the farm story. Our members magazine, South Carolina Farmer, once again won the title of Best Statewide Publication this year in the American Farm Bureau Annual Awards Competition. This is the 4th time we've received this award in 10 years. The P&E team also recently won 5 awards from the state chapter of the International Association of Business Communicators, including 2 awards of excellence for Bill Johns and Vonnie Knight's collaboration on our Ag Knowledge activity booklets, paid for with funds raised by the state's Women's Leadership Committee. The other awards were for the magazine and South Carolina's installments of Farm Bureau's Voices of Agriculture. I hope by now you've seen the 30-minute TV show produced in-house, which airs on the RFD TV network. Those same shows are also streamed on the web through the Federation's website. Speaking of the web, if you follow social media, you'll be pleased to know that the South Carolina Farm Bureau now has a presence on Facebook with close to 500 followers, and on YouTube, Twitter, and Flickr. The next time you're surfing the web, check it out.